going on YouTube? Bringing you in another retro character. It's from a new cartoon and new video game, Sonic Boom. But we know him, Sonic the Hedgehog. He first started off as a little small, pudgy little 8-bit character, and then the cartoon that had voiced by Jalil White. I think it was for Sonic Underground 2 and Sonic: The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. So, yeah, my cousin on the commentary again.
What's up, YouTube?
So we're gonna sit here and talk about some Sonic the Hedgehog and all the adaptations and recreations of this man that we know is the fastest man alive, faster than Flash. That's what they say. But go ahead, cuz. Tell them what's your memory of Sonic like? What was your first introduction of Sonic?
Of course, my first introduction to Sonic was the original Sonic the Hedgehog for Sega Genesis.
Yeah, he was the mascot for Sega for a while.
Oh yes, he was. And they really made him. They made him to be exactly opposite of Mario too. That was the funny part about it. Mario usually was known for his red and blue overalls, so they made Sonic all blue Hedgehog. Mario wasn't wasn't like fast, so they made him a speed based character. So it was just like I was always a Sonic fan over a Mario fan because I always liked Sega over Nintendo. I was a Sega person during the original console wars.
Yeah, I was a Nintendo fan to the till Super Nintendo. Got it to Super Nintendo, then I got a Sega, and then I got Sega CD. Then I got Sega Genesis, Sega CD, and then when I got introduced, my first introduction to Sonic was the Sonic and Knuckles game. You remember that? Where you had the base of the Sonic game, and then you hook the attachment onto the game. That was the Knuckles part.
Yeah,
That's when we got introduced to Knuckles. To be honest, but yeah, the Sonic games has always been awesome. They always been awesome. Yeah, like my cousin said, they made him the perfect counterpart to Mario. They made him all blue with red shoes. So it was cool. And then he had his little sidekick. Since Mario had Luigi, uh, fucking Sonic had Tails, or you call him Miles. They call him Miles a lot in the comic book, the Archie series of comic books. Which is you got to pick them up. They're actually awesome. I probably once I get down the run of them, I probably do the Worlds Collide. Once I get all of them, I'm gonna do a review like I did the Rage of the Dinobots. So, I mean, Sonic is gonna be around for years, like Mario. I mean, they finally put them together in the Sonic and Mario and Sonic Olympics, which I played. That was dope. And then they just keep putting them in the same games, and now they in Smash Brothers together.
You know what I think? I find is real messed up though. Mario will invite the guy who steals his girlfriend on a weekly basis to go karting with him, but won't invite Sonic.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for a Sonic the Hedgehog and Mario crossover. At least put Sonic as a DLC in fucking Mario Kart, like Sonic Crew, like Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Silver, maybe even
Did you ever play that game?
That.
The one with the repackage of Sonic for 360 and PS3.
Yeah, I played it.
How'd you feel about it?
It was cool. I'm actually about to buy Sonic Lost World because it actually looked pretty dope. I'm gonna buy it for the Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, I might get. I have to see. I wonder when they're gonna come out with one for the PS4 again.
I'm telling you, man, you need to get your Nintendo 3DS and get on that Pokemon X and Y.
Oh yeah, that's what.
I want one.
I don't know. I just never got one.
Well, you can finally turn your character black. But back to Sonic, but the cartoons was even awesome. Like the first cartoon we ever seen was just Sonic the Hedgehog, and it was like a comic. It was like a comic cartoon. Then he had his little PSAs at the end of the show. That's no good.
That's what everybody remembers from that.
You had Dr. Robotnik. He was just a goofball. He just couldn't catch Sonic. You had the Bird Bot, and you had the little bot that looked like Rosie from the Jetsons.
It was. I remember you talking about the one who looked like Rosie from the Jetsons. His name was Grounder.
Yeah, Grounder.
Grounder, and what was the other one? The chicken. His name was
I can't even think of his name. And then they had a little monkey that always tried to
yeah.
outdo them and catch Sonic.
But
And
never would.
you know what? But like Sonic the Hedgehog, first cartoon was awesome and it was perfect for its time. And
But that
like,
Sonic was an asshole too, though.
yeah, he was just straight dick. And like he always saved Tails, and I mean that's just it. Like that's what varies Mario and Luigi from Sonic and Tails. At least Luigi can get his own stuff out of his own trouble. And back to the cartoon. The cartoon was dope, and like most people don't even know that he was voiced by, you probably know him as Steve Urkel, by Jaleel White. And then I think after that Sonic, a couple years later or a year later, we got Sonic Underground. And come to find out, it was like the same type of story, but a little bit darker. You
Yeah.
had Sonic, you had I can't think of his brother name, like and Sonya, like it was he had they basically were triplets, but different
Yeah.
colors. But so he voiced all three of those characters. To come to find out, and like they were all orphans, like so they were like with different parts of different families and Mobius and shit like that. So and they mom was like almost like Yoda, like she would pop out when they do missions and shit. Sonic
Mm-hmm.
Underground was basically like a sing along cartoon because they would break out. It was like the Josie or the Pussycats of the Sonic
Yeah.
the Hedgehog world because they would break out in random songs, and like they power came from their certain instruments. Like since Sonic had the guitar, Radix, I think his name was Riddick or some shit like that. I'm not, don't quote me on that, but it's the Green Hedgehog. He had like drums, and the girl
Mm-hmm.
had the piano. So it was like it was pretty dope. Like Jaleel White was dope. Like he voiced all of them, and he sung each song. That's a talented dude right there.
Yeah, that is.
And then we had the Adventures of Sonic, which became the darker, gritty. Like it was around that time when everything was dark and gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Like
When they would turn all the animals into robots.
yeah, that's the part where the Archie comic books are like going at. Like the Archie comic books are real like dark and gritty. Like it's not like that. I mean, it's the comical parts and shit, but it's dark and gritty. Like there's a part where in the comic book where Sonic, I just got these three comic books. Like when Sonic was laying in the bed from a mission at night, and his
Mm-hmm.
friend Franklin the turtle, I think his name was
Mm-hmm.
Frank. Oh no, it was Benjamin. Um, Robotnik turned him into a robot basically, and Sonic on the bed sleeping, and his hand turned into a drill. So basically, he was about to drill in Sonic's head. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, that's dark and gritty. That's real dark and gritty right there. And then like
Mm-hmm.
in the Worlds Collide comics with the Mega Man and Sonic crossover issues, Robotnik and Dr. Wily captured all Sonic friends, the Chaotic crew with Espeon, Chameleon, Knuckles, and all of them. Tails, he turned them all into robots. And Mega Man can steal all these certain powers that they got from when they was turned into robots and shit. So I mean, they every adaptation of Sonic hasn't like they haven't fucked with they tweaked it for newer generations, but it still catered to their core fan,
Yeah,
the core
exactly.
fans. So it's like even Sonic X was a great cartoon
Mm-hmm.
for its time. Like, and then we about to get Sonic Boom, which is gonna be a CGI, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be dope as shit. Like from the
Mm-hmm.
previews that I've seen, it's like they're saying they got the same voice actors from Sonic X. It looked like,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
so I can't wait to see it. I'm probably gonna. I want to see what the game will look like. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So what was your favorite like cartoon or adaptation of Sonic? You like the chubby or the eight? Like what version of Sonic do you like?
I mean, they both had like their ups and downs. I think I liked the games better for the Sega Genesis, the original Sonic. But
The eight.
to me, the stories were better with when they started when they repackaged them basically. But
Right.
to me, the best game for the newer generation was Sonic Adventure Battle 2.
Yeah, it was. It was
Because
pretty dope.
that was the introduction of Shadow, and it was just like you could do that two-player co-op mode where you had to race
Wasn't
to
it the
get to
introduction
the
of
check.
Shadow and Silver?
No, Silver didn't come until in the games until what? What to the 360 game came out, which I had that too.
See, I had a 360, but I really didn't play it much. So I did. I played it because I had all the 30E games on there and shit like that. But since then I switched over to Sony. Sony has the best product. There's always something wrong with Microsoft.
People say you can never find a PlayStation 4 in the stores, but they're practically trying to give away them Xbox Ones.
Exactly.
I want a PS4. I swear, like I'm in between jobs right now. I start working again though, boy. That's gonna be one of the first things on my list.
I'm gonna tell you now, you're gonna be like me every day or every other day. You're gonna hit me up like your cousin just bought a stack of comics off of eBay. I just bought some toys. I'm about to buy the Dinobots. Like I just found some G1 cartoon, toys, not G1, but like repackaged Dinobots from this seller. Like he's selling like $25 a piece, sealed in box.
Cool.
See, they're like Japanese editions of the Dinobots, so it should be pretty dope. I'll probably get them soon. But I want some Sonic. I never had Sonic the Hedgehog toys. I kind of find out he had the toys. He had a lot of toys.
That'd be like a series we really can't have like a toy line for. Like they had toys for him probably, but they didn't have like a full toy line for him. Because what can you do with the Sonic the Hedgehog toy? Like you would probably get a Sonic race car or something like that, but that's about it.
Like the best thing they did was keep his comic book alive. He always had dope comic books. The comic books is even dope. Like even a comic book is a comic book inside of a comic book. If that makes any sense, like I said, I was just reading a comic book, and that same issue was like a separate issue. Like Sonic got married to Sally, and he's now the new king of Mobius after they overthrown Robotnik. And then you got Knuckles. Knuckles has a wife now, and both Sonic and Knuckles have kids. So it's like it's pretty dope how they advance the story inside the comic book. Will you ever see that on TV? Probably not. I'm not bothered by that. But as long as they still cater to the core audience, like Transformers Prime, like I'm jumping around now, but Transformers Prime catered to the core fans.
Yeah.
Like you was skeptical. Like when I told you to watch it, you was a little skeptical because you were like, yo, I gotta see this for myself. And then when you watched it, it was dope. Like even the movies, the little hour movie for both of them, hour special joint. I just wish they would have put the Dinobots in it.
Oh yeah.
I hope. I want to hope they do like what Netflix did with Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and like make that a Netflix exclusive thing. Add another 2 seasons or something like that.
Oh, so they did add another few seasons for the Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's what. It's basically only on. It's Netflix only.
Okay.
See, I never watched that cartoon either, so.
Yeah. I mean, I used to watch some episodes. Like at first, I thought it was the stupidest thing ever because I was like, man, what are they doing to George Lucas's creation? That's all I could keep saying in my head. I'm like, man, they're ruining the franchise. I watched it though. I was like, this is actually pretty good. It's still true to the franchise. Like people say, episode 1 through 3 were just horrible adaptations. To me, like, no, it wasn't because number 1, it was a prequel. Number 2, it was like to me, it was like they all had good stories. Like everything came together by the end.
See, one thing about the Star Wars movies, they hate. The only thing they hate about the Star Wars movies is Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, that's why they took him out. They thought he was gonna be the new 3CPO, basically.
I didn't mind Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks is actually funny to me.
Yeah, he was to me too.
You know what I would like to see? Like Mario did, like Mario Super Show when they did a crossover issue. Like it was like Mario Wars or something like that, or Koopa Wars. It was like Mario was Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Cooper was not Bowser was Darth Vader, and like even Animaniacs did an adaptation. I would like to see Sonic do one like that.
That would have been fun. That would have been cool actually. But to me, also that's why I just going back on Sonic. Now, to me, that was the stupidest thing they ever did when they started the new generation of Sonic. They changed Dr. Robotnik's name to Eggman. For what?
I mean,
Like,
he is shaped like an egg.
I understand he's shaped like an egg, but come on, what name sounds more intimidating? Dr. Gerald Robotnik or Dr. Eggman?
I guess they use Eggman just as a comic relief. Like we all know Sonic to be a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
He'll save you, but he's still a jerk.
Uh-huh. But you know what I thought about too though with it? How come throughout all the TV adaptations we still haven't had SBO the Chameleon or Jet the Hawk make a TV appearance at all?
SB and Chameleon was in the Sonic X chaotic episode, not the chaotic episode when he was in space. He made an appearance.
I must have missed that because I love playing with his team on Sonic Heroes. Remember that game for for GameCube?
Yeah.
GameCube was the best thing for Sega. I mean, not Sega, Nintendo since the Super Nintendo. But then they messed up with the Wii. They went downhill with it.
I like the Wii though.
It was all right, but
it makes
you get tired. You get like a good.
We in the age of lazy gamers.
Yeah.
See, that's a game that you can play and be interactive with it. See, they made up for it with the Wii U because the dual controller, like you can play the game on a controller and leave the room.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, like Espeon, the crocodile, and
the beat and Charmy, the beat.
Yeah, Charmy made an appearance.
I missed it, but to me, it was like the most. To me, like in the game, they had him as badass though, especially SBO, like Shadow and his crew. You know, Shadow, Omega, and Rouge the Bat, who are also like among my favorite characters. And Sonic Heroes, they met them, and
you know why? You know why we like Shadow so much? Because it's funny that in his description, once you read his description, it actually says he's like a kid from the hood, and he's basically like the black person in the head is Sonic the Hedgehog franchise.
Yep, exactly. But it was like it was cool because Shadow and Omega and Rouge the Bat, they was walking in, they ran into SBO in the game, and they was identified trying to be all badass, like Omega was like all charged up, and SBO just by his business, he just looked over them and said, "And you are?" I was like, that was like the hottest shit because he was like, he's not even worried about them.
See, SBO was always that man, and now that you keep mentioning his name, and now I have to draw.
Oh yeah.
Like I would have to draw the whole chaotic force, like Knuckles, the alligator. I would draw them. I'm probably draw them all in one sketch because they were cool. And then like Shadow was just badass because he was the only person we know in the whole Hedgehog universe that drives around on a motorcycle.
Exactly.
And then you got the Hawk and shit like that when they ride on their hoverboards and shit, all Back to the Future owners and shit.
Yeah, the game concept was cool. It was just a bad game altogether, though. But I like Jet the Hawk, though. The first one was good. I'll admit that.
Jet the Hawk reminded me of Falco from Star Fox a little bit.
Yeah.
But he more badass. See, Falco from Star Fox is more like the metrosexual starfighter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to see Jet the Hawk in the cartoon. Hopefully we get him in this cartoon. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe Jet the Hawk. Like I said, Jet the Hawk and SBO needs to come back too because, like, even like I ain't gonna lie, I used to pick them over our Shadow's team. And Shadow's my favorite character. And what I liked about SBO too was when remember he would do that thing where he'll cause a tornado and just turn invisible.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I used to do that. I used to run past all like the robots and I just hit them with the ninja stars the whole time. Take all their parts and their stuff and take their coins, and then I'll be on my way. That was how I used to play the game all the time.
Yeah, man. Sonic the Hedgehog games were like awesome. And then it was even better in the Sega Genesis days where you had Sonic. It was Sonic and basically Sonic and Tails in the game. Like you playing 2 players, and it made it much easier when you played 2 players. But it was even funner when you played 1 player.
Yeah.
Like, I was great that I was happy when they released it for like an iPhone app and shit. Like you can have a little piece of that on your phone. And then they re-released released it on the Nintendo 3DS. You can download that.
Oh, really?
Like
Cool.
you can download that because I just bought the 8-bit. Like I told you, I bought the original Super Mario game.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, and like you said, I was thinking about downloading the one for you can, because I know they got what you call for Sonic for the iPhone 5 too.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I want to play that.
They got a bunch of fucking Mega Man games in Nintendo Shop. Like Mega and like just like Sonic. Sonic has a bunch of different crews. Like he's the freedom. They're freedom fighters. You had the chaotic fighters, which is Knuckles in his gang. Then you got Shadow in his gang. Then you got Silver by itself. And then they got like this the Arctic fighters. Like it's like a polar bear, a wolf, and a penguin and shit. And a walrus, I think.
Dang.
And like just how they got their games and like they got many villains and shit. It's just like Mega Man. Mega Man has how many villains?
Mega Man has more than I care to count. I'm not even gonna try to count.
Like you, and then Mega Man alone, you got. You know they just now introducing Mega Man into a comic book, Mega Man X.
Dang. Really?
You got Mega Man, you got Mega Man X, and you got what? What's the other one? Mega Man X, and
NT Warriors.
Yeah, NT Warriors.
Battle Network.
Yeah.
Which is basically the same thing as NT Warriors.
But and then you got Dragon, Mega Man and shit. Like I didn't understand that concept, but the design looked cool. But Sonic was cool, and like in the game, it was like he got when he started running out of power, all he had to do was grab a Sonic ring, like one of the rings and shit, and then he powered up. Remember when he turned into Super Sonic?
Oh yeah.
Everybody thought that was one of the worst ideas ever. Because they thought they was copying off. He's yellow, so it was like a bit copying off of Dragon Ball Z. But
yeah,
I thought it was a cool concept.
Yeah, me too.
I would have kept him blue though. I wouldn't have turned him gold.
Yeah.
Or turned him white.
I would have turned Shadow. Sonic would have been a deeper blue, like a glowing blue, and I would have had Shadow as like a fiery red almost.
What you think about the adaptation when they turned him into a werewolf?
To me that was dumb.
I think that was just a money grab.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nintendo has been known to do that. Think about all the Marios they done came out with, all the different things from Mario, and some of them were but some of them didn't do. To me, the best two things they did for Mario was Super Smash Brothers and Mario Kart.
Yeah,
anything
Mario Kart is always
I could do without.
Mario 3D World was actually dope. I watched the playthroughs and shit. I gotta give you some of these links to these playthroughs. Like they be dope, but yeah, man, it's like I want to see. Give us a Sonic game where every character is in it again. Knuckles. Some of them type of games like that. Like I can't play them because I start raging, and then I get a headache and I get lightheaded. Some people think that's just weird, but some people just can't. That's why I play some of these. When people ask me, I play some of these sports games like wrestling, WWE, of course, Madden, NBA 2K14. I could play those games and don't like get rage. I won't rage out. Like GTA 5 was the only game I played that's mission based, and I haven't raged. I raged out once because it was just a difficult ass mission. Like when you had to steal the army truck with the army shit on it. But,
yeah.
Other than that, like I can't play them other games, but I can't like Mario back in the day. I could play them. I guess because I'm getting older, I didn't really got the patience.
Yeah.
But I will play a Sonic game. Like I will play a classic Sonic game, and I want to see what the Sonic Boom game will look like. Because I might buy it and might play it. I might have to.
I wonder if they're gonna redo the Sonic Boom song. Remember that from Sonic CD?
Yeah.
That theme song. Like that was the best to me. I love that theme song. That was my favorite theme song from all the Sonics.
Only thing about this Sonic is that they gave him a scarf and they gave him like wrestling bandages.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I guess you could say like if it was like he was in the desert in the thing, so maybe it's like a desert based thing or something like that. A desert based storyline.
Maybe. I mean, that'd be something new that we haven't seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mobius in the comic book series is basically like a forest type thing,
Mm-hmm.
forest and river type thing. But Sonic X was a good adaptation because it was in the city that time.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the city, and like Doctor Robotnik and Doctor and like if you're gonna do that, do a new Sonic, new Mega Man cartoon
Mm-hmm.
for the new generation, just like you're gonna do Sonic Boom. And since you did the cross, since Archie fucking around and did the crossover issue, do the same thing with Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic and
Yeah.
Knuckles. Do their little crossover. But the thing about it though, a lot of people is not too happy with Capcom right now because Capcom, I think, guess something wrong with Capcom right now.
When people start getting pissed was remember when they did what was it called? They did Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah, I just say I didn't mind it.
But did you see the Mega Man they did for him? They did the old box concept art for him when it was just some old middle aged dude with a pistol in his hand. That's how they did Mega Man in that, and people were pissed at that. And then after that, Capcom started going downhill. They need to make another Marvel versus Capcom because that's their bread and butter right now.
Yeah,
But they need to do it. They need to do like they just need to do one. I would make it where it's not all CG. I would make it where it's back to cartoon, but like HD cartoonist or cell shading, not cell shading per se, but something similar to that. And I would have a massive roster. Just imagine that. Like you have like Albert Wesker meets Venom. Like they never did it. Just think about it. They could do so much with that. Like because the last one they had, they didn't have enough characters to me. Even when they did the repackage, it still wasn't enough characters to me.
I mean they should have. I mean they should have. I mean the arcade games like when you go to the movies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool because it was like a bond. It was like you pop a quarter in and your friend come up so like I could beat your ass. And it was like a
Mm-hmm.
competition and shit. Like repackage it. Yeah, but you like say you're gonna repackage it, you're gonna have to make it CGI or
Yeah.
CG. So which would be cool, but add more characters, add more Marvel characters, add more Capcom characters,
Yeah.
and just
But to me, like I didn't mean to cut you off, but to me, like I hate it when they make video I mean old cartoon and video game adaptations and then they turn it to CGI. Like to me, like first of all, you can save a whole lot more on budget, and you can make like regular drawings and sprites look good now with details. I mean, look how they do Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear still stays in its old arcade format, and it still looks good. Even every time they come out with a new one, they just look more detailed and better. They can do to me, they can do the same thing with Marvel versus Capcom.
yeah. But they're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I haven't played the Marvel vs. Capcom game in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played that shit in a while, and I used to love playing that game. I mean, the Tekken versus Capcom. Street Fighter versus Tekken game wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been better,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't hate it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like one of them games you can get together with your homie and just play.
Yeah.
Like I should just beat ass with Akuma.
Yeah, exactly. You know, my team for the last one was Albert Wesker, Deadpool, and Akuma. Like I use them all the time or
Not a
whatever.
bad
And I'll
team.
always save Akuma for last. I'll start off with Deadpool or Albert Wesker, but then I'll end with Akuma because if I catch myself in a pinch, I can always use that hidden fist move. That's what go, but let me see. But you know what else would be good though? I think as a crossover, because you know Capcom and Namco have a thing too, right?
Yeah.
Just imagine if they did They did Marvel versus Capcom versus Namco.
I can see that happening.
That'll be an awesome game.
Would I buy it brand new when it come out? No, I would wait till it buy a used one.
Yeah, I would buy it though. I ain't gonna. I would buy that one because I already know what my team would be. It would be some. Let me see. It'll have to be Albert Wesker. I'm a big Albert Wesker fan. I would use like either Devil Jin or King.
But,
and then for Capcom, I'll have to use either Ryu or Kuma or what's his name? It's gonna come to me. Dang, who was that guy? Remember the guy who he was like the prisoner or whatever, and he has those handcuffs on him.
I can't think of his name. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what my team would consist of.
See, my team would consist of Akuma and Heihachi.
Yeah,
that's all I need. Or King and Gayu. Not even Gayu. Blanca.
Yeah,
that's all I need. Like, but and then it was like Marvel vs. Capcom. I would use Marvel characters. I would use Wolverine and Iron Man, War Machine and Venom. Mm-hmm. And then on Capcom side, kind of iffy. I don't really. I probably pick Ryu and maybe I can't even think of any other Capcom characters to be honest, because I always use Ryu and Ken or Chun-Li. Yeah, I use Chun-Li a lot too. But I don't know. But the thing though, Nintendo need to get this shit together and give us what we want: a Mario Kart racing featuring Sonic the Hedgehog in game.
That would be good.
I mean, you're already putting Donkey Kong. I think Donkey Kong is in this game.
Yep.
You putting Donkey Kong in there. Put Sonic the Hedgehog in it. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Silver, Dr. Robotnik. Make a crossover. Do it like even add Mega Man to the fucking mix. Take the cartoons your three people really care about. Take them and put them together. I mean, people care about Donkey Kong because Donkey Kong was the one that introduced Super Mario and some light. But take it, put it together, and make it dope.
Exactly.
I mean, Sonic had a racing game. Take it, and take Mario Kart, put them together. Like that would be a no-brainer, and it would be dope. Make it like to the point. Sonic don't really bring in just the Hog and his group. Just take both games. Yeah, it was Sonic Riders or something when it was on the hoverboards. Take it, put them together, make it dope. Do a bundle pack with your Wii U because I'm pretty sure everybody will go buy that game. Because that's what we've been watching. We've been waiting for that forever.
Exactly.
I mean, you gave us Sonic and Mario and Sonic Olympics. Give us a racing game. I'm pretty sure the racing game would be awesome. I mean, they gave us fucking what was it called? Diddy Kong had a game. Diddy Kong Racing. Remember that shit?
Oh yeah, that was the best, boy. I had that. I forget what happened. I forget that they never made a sequel to it, but that would have been a good game to keep going with.
So they didn't make a sequel to it because that was the time when N64 was gone. It was going out. Was dying.
Yeah, like it was funny because the best game that ever came out for N64 came out too late when N64 was basically a dead product. Well, not a dead product, but like we was going to the next generation. Remember that show? I mean that game Conquer.
Yeah.
With the squirrel.
Yeah.
That was good. I mean, years later they came out with a repackage for it with digital upgrades and everything. But Like that was one of their most popular games, and they was planning for a sequel so bad, but like I said, that console was time was up.
But see, N64 was a great fucking console. They were Mario World. That Mario version of the game was awesome because that's
Yep.
where we got really introduced to CG
Yep.
Heavy, and then we had Mario Kart, and then we had Star Fox 64,
Yes.
Golden Eye.
Not to mention that was the first console that allowed four players at a time.
Yeah, we had Diddy Kong Racing. We had it was Beetle Racing. Remember the game with all the Beetle? We call them punch buggies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was they had that game. I had that shit. That shit was awesome. Me and my homies used to play it all the time. We had what was it? NBA Jam. Was it NBA Jam?
Um, that was for Sega Genesis though. The
Hold up.
first NBA Jam, wasn't it? Because
NBA
that was
Jam.
basically like because NBA Jam was basically like NFL Blitz.
NBA Jam. I'm pretty sure it was for Nintendo 64 because I never at that time. I don't think Nintendo was around that time. Yeah, NBA Jam was for Nintendo 64. No,
Sonic.
NBA Hang Time. That's what it was called. It was Hang Time because it was like that was like the version of a basketball version of Blitz, but it was like 3-on-3 and shit. But
Yeah.
no, it was 2-on-2. But
Mm-hmm.
we had that. We had Diddy Kong Racing, and we had what was the other best game that they had on it that was just dope? Pokemon fucking Stadium. Remember
Yeah.
Pokemon Stadium? Pokemon Stadium was
Yep.
the first game that had a attachment that you hooked onto the back of the controller, and you can put the Pokemon that you had from Pokemon Red and Blue or Red and Green, whatever color that you had, into the game and import the Pokemon that you had in the game.
Exactly.
No
I used
other
to love
system
that.
was doing that.
I actually got the thing too. I used to put in my what I put in. I put in my thing, and I had Mewtwo. Oh, it was over. My Mewtwo's like at level 99.
See, you know what the best thing about what happened with Nintendo? They couldn't. I mean, they're gonna keep pushing Mario out there, but Mario wasn't selling for them no more. So that's why they took on the juggernaut. What we know today is Pokemon.
Yeah.
We get a Pokemon game. We had a Pokemon game every year. Pokemon X and Y is the only Pokemon game that took a while before they put it out there. And this is the best game ever since Red and Blue.
Oh yeah.
Cause you remember when we got Red and Blue, we thought that was the best shit ever. Then we got
Oh yeah.
Gold and Silver, that was cool. And then you kept going on Emerald, Red, and all that bullshit. And then you had Black and White.
Gold and Silver was my bread and butter though, because I still remember Gold and Silver. That was like the best. You got the new Pokemon. That's when it was like you actually got full real color.
Then we had Sega Dreamcast, and they brought back Sonic for a period of time. For a little run, you had Ready to Rumble and whatever game they had on Sega Dreamcast, Rain Man, and all that. But it was too late for Sega to come back at that time because you had N64, and then we was introduced to PlayStation 1, and they was already working on PlayStation 2.
Yep, and that's where the Dreamcast fell short. It came out. They released the Dreamcast too early. They put it that way.
And that's when Nintendo fell, and then they came out with Nintendo GameCube. I mean, Nintendo GameCube wasn't bad because they had some great games.
Oh yeah.
And then we had that died because we had got Xbox One. I remember that one because the first game I had on that was WrestleMania 20.
Oh yeah.
Well, the main thing was about John Cena, which I hated. Then we got Xbox 360. We got introduced to PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 been around for a year and it's still selling out. And then we got PlayStation 4. I mean, the Wii was cool. I had a Wii. I gave it to my nephew because I got tired of playing Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
I might buy the Wii U because just for the new Mario Kart that's coming out. And the Super Mario
Oh
3D
yeah.
World wasn't bad at all.
Hmm. I just want, like I said, if I ever get another Wii product, it'll just be for Super Smash Brothers and Mario Kart though. Just like if I ever got a DS, I know the DS would mostly only be for Pokemon.
See, I never
Pokemon.
played Super Smash Brothers.
You haven't?
No, I haven't played it. I played it. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I never played it. I played it once and I couldn't get the hang of it. See, it's like Marvel versus Capcom. They took that idea and just took a bunch of Nintendo products and put them together in a game. And then you on this little small ass platform. The only thing about this time I might wind up getting it when I do get a Wii U is because of Sonic being in the game.
Yeah. I love Super Smash Brothers. I love this. Super Smash Brothers was good, but like, because they had it since Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Well,
But
you gonna like it because you got your boy in there. Well, is Star Fox in there? I know a couple of his characters is in there.
oh yeah, they got Star Fox, they got Falco, they got Mario, they got Link, they got Pikachu, they got Red from the original Pokemon Red and Blue version.
I know they got Charizard in it.
Yep. Well, you have to have Red to get Charizard or whatever, like, cause like you get 3 Pokeballs or whatever. So you know how you do, like they got like these knockout rounds. So say one of your Pokemon gets knocked out,
Yeah.
instead of like them dying and coming back to life, like one would die and then it'll go back in the Pokeball, and then the trainer will send out another Pokemon.
Word.
And sometimes if you're lucky, you can get Mewtwo or Mew.
But yeah, this video about that. This video is coming to the end, guys. Yeah, that's our introduction of Sonic. Our little thing on Sonic. I mean, we still love Sonic to this day. We always gonna love Sonic. And so, I mean, we got another Sonic video. It's it's shorter than this one. It's Sonic, Knuckles and Tails. But until next time, YouTube. Peace out. This is Sonic the Hedgehog, or you want to call him Sonic Boom, or whatever the fuck you want to call him now. But yeah, it's the fastest hedgehog alive, as they said in the which cartoon was there when they had a new soundtrack? Because it wasn't the first one. Because the first one was like a real very kiddie. It must have been Adventures of Sonic.
Yeah. You talking about when they had like
A rock
that
band.
one song everybody sung "Escape from the City"?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was because that was from his Sonic Adventure Battle too.
So yeah. Until next time, YouTube. I'll let you later.